What's good? What's good? Welcome to another episode of the Food Community Podcast. I am your host, bitch homie Juan. I got the boy with me as usual, LA Icon. And today we got a real special guest in the building, Jimmy Humilde.
What it is, what it is.
What's good, my boy?
A little closer, please, sir.
What's cracking?
Well,
What's up to the food community, big dog? Hell yeah.
very, very happy that you had us. Thank you so much for the hospitality you've shown us thus far. That was a sick ass tour, fool.
Yeah, man.
I didn't ask you what's your favorite car? Cause
I got a few favorites, but it depends on which one. Like my lowrider is everyone knows is my Humilde 64.
the blue.
And then the Chalino 61.
So those are your favorites.
Yeah, those are my favorite, honestly. But I still got a few though.
If you could only choose one car out of all of them,
Humilde 64.
not the Lambo.
Nah, I'm good about the Lambo. Not over this Humilde
Lambos are
64.
kind of cramped, low key.
They're kind of because you can't get in and out or what, fool? Nah, I'm fucking with you, man. You know, first of all, I wanna give you guys a special shout out and a thanks, not for coming and seeing me, but for what you guys are doing for our community.
Realistically speaking, I'm just the podcast.
Yeah,
That's the wizard.
Well, you're a part of it already, you know. But my boy over there, that I remember, I hit him up a long time ago. It was a while back, right? And I was like, man,
He dissed you?
nah, it wasn't this. It was on a homie thing, bro. And to be honest with you, is like, I really, you know, I'm the type of dude that I don't give a fuck what people say, bro. You know, if people need to put me up to make a cloud or whatever, do what it do, you know. People that are around me, I'm at the age already that I worry about myself and the people around me, how they feel and they think, you know, the close ones, that's more important. And I think that's what I try to tell everybody around me or who even listen to my bullshit when I go on my Instagram and talk shit or whatnot, is that, hey, worry about the people that surround you, that are close to you, because those are the real people that are always going to be with you in the good or bad. You know, the rest of the people, yeah, you give them what they want to see, or they're going to look at you however they want to see you. You know what I'm saying? So just do what you do. Si te nace, go give away a sandwich to somebody, or $1 or a flower or soda or water or whatever it is. Then that's on you. You know, that happened from you because you wanted to do it. Now, I see a lot of fools that do it, you know, to get that clout, which is still okay, because I know a lot of people make money off of doing that. You know, they give away money and you know, they're building an audience, and I get it. You know, those influencers, those podcasters, those TikTokers, those YouTubers or whatnot, and they're building huge ass careers off of giving away shit. And to me, that's dope, because it's a win-win situation for the people getting it and for the people giving it away and for the sponsors and everybody that get to be a part of it, you know. And then you got the real ones that just want to do it like, oh, yeah, you see I'm doing this, and you should see that I'm doing it, and I'm doing it. And those are the ones that I'm like, I got a problem with that. You know, if you just do it out of love and respect, bro, then it's all good, you know?
That's right. Let's take it all the way to the beginning, my brother. Where were you born and raised at?
Man, I was born in the beautiful city of Venice, California.
What was it like growing up over there?
It was dope, bro. Honestly, I have zero regrets about that neighborhood, man, because it was very multicultural.
Yes,
you know, I grew up very multicultural. There were so many ethnicities and races over there, but it was hard being a real paisa right there, bro. You know, because everyone in Venice knew me as, well, you know, my boy Chris, we were talking about him earlier, rest in peace. He's known me as Jimmy the Paisa, or the Paisa. You know, so he would call me and be like, hey, what's up, Paisa? You know, because they called me Jimmy the Paisa or Jimmy the Chunt. You know, because, yeah, dog, because I always corridos, you know, and I took all those foods to Parral and Farallon and all my homies from back in the days. I used to put boots on them, and they love that shit. You know, it's cool. So I had a lot of black homies. Shout out to all my boys over there in Venice. That's right. All my black community over there, because, you know, they're really good people. My boy Keon, that I grew up with when we were kids, we're still homies to this day.
That's right.
You know, a lot of other ones that have passed away. I got a lot of homies that has passed away, and a lot of homies that are busted doing life and probably never get to see the streets again. And, you know, some of them are in and out, and, you know, I talk to them here and there now, you know, whenever I can and have a chance, you know. And I try to keep in touch with my young hood friends, you know. So shout out to all my boys over there I grew up with in Venice, man.
That's right. Did you get any trouble growing up?
Of course I did not. Nah, yeah, I did, man. You know, a lot of people don't know, man, but I was blessed. I was blessed to have the people around me, bro. because they didn't let me around, you know?
That's perfect.
Yeah, they didn't let me around, and you know, growing up, you see that. You know, imagine I lived in the corner of 5th and Indiana in Venice, where there was dope slanging every day, bro. Like, you know, there was 24-hour store outside my house was slinging dope. You know what I'm saying? And it was negros. It was a negro selling dope out there, but you know, it was still Raza a block away or the other block away, or it was the one serving them, you know? It was the one serving them to serve, you know? So I got to see it all, man. And of course that tries to, you know, you try to be somewhat of what you see growing up, right? But I was always really into sports too, man. I played baseball all my life. I played some football too, some Pop Warner football. I really didn't play basketball and shit like that. I like it. I play at the park, you know, but I didn't do it as in the league and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I did play baseball. I played baseball since I was 6 years old, all the way down to like, man, till this day probably, you know, I still do. But baseball is a huge part of my life, and I think baseball helped me out a lot, bro.
Keep you busy.
Yeah, man. You know, keep me on check, man, and it really kept me on a straight line. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I got a lot of homies that gang bang and do what they do, but man, they were always there for me, bro. Like, nah, this isn't for you, dog. Like, you know, you're more of the businessman, and we're gonna support you on that. And I feel that I'm so blessed, bro, to have really good friends around me that way that they were into gang banging and doing it on their own and wouldn't bring me around. And I would think was because they didn't want to kick it with me, you know? And I would think like, oh, these fools don't want to kick with me. And then come to find out, you know, a couple of the homies were like, hey, man, you know, it's like, this isn't for you, man. Like you're going to do other shit in life. You know, they were supporting. I was already doing flyer parties. I was already, you know, I was releasing a magazine at 18 years old.
That's it.
You know, and
Let's stop right there. Talk to us about them flyer parties. Talk about it.
It's for the days, bro. I started really young, man. How
old are you, Jimmy?
I'm 42.
Oh, we're not too far apart.
Yeah, I'm 42.
So, what was the name of your party crew?
You know what? No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't have a name on my flyer parties because
You weren't from Rebel Alliance.
Nah. I was from a couple party crews. I'll tell you which ones they are right now. But growing up, when I was doing the flyer parties, I wasn't from a party crew, and I didn't have a party name and stuff like that because they were real undergrounds. So I didn't want to get in trouble. Plus, I was at 14 catering to 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, you know? And then when I remember I was getting older, and the crowd was getting older too, so they were going to college. So I still kept doing parties for people in college when I was like 15, 16 years old. And people didn't know it was me. Like, you know, they would always expect like an old ass fool or whatever.
How much were you charging for balloons? Don't lie.
Nah, we didn't have that shit back in the days. Back in the days, we didn't have that shit. Well, we didn't. Man, we had weed, and back in the day, we had weed and fucking and some booze, man. You know, you had the boozies, you had the 22 ounce, you had the tall cans, you know, you had a 40. You know, you had the Mickeys, you know, the 40-ounce Mickeys, and that was it. We really didn't, you know, we had
you already graduated by the time, not graduated from high school, but you'd already moved up by the time the stupid Nas balloon tanks came out.
Man, thank God I wasn't a part of that, man. You know, I see it going on right now. It's crazy,
it's
man.
It's kind of weird, no?
Yeah, these kids got to be careful. If you're doing that shit, please, man, please think about yourself. You know, that I know the high, you're going to feel good while you're doing it, but it's going to kill you in the long run, you know? Well, when I was growing up, you would have fools that did Sherm. You have fools, you know, come on, fool, you know, a wet stick. And you know, you have fools that did P-Dogs and a Coco or shit like that. But, you know, it's like, you really didn't have.
I used to smoke P-Dogs.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, you know? It's, you know, growing up, you try a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I smoke weed, ass, you know. I don't smoke weed no more.
I don't smoke
weed
anymore.
Which I miss it here and there.
It's too crazy.
Yeah,
because why?
Now it's like,
why'd you stop?
Because you don't know what the is in that shit, dog.
It's just weed, fool.
Nah.
They're not lacing it with fentanyl.
Nah, fool. Last time, I'm going to be honest with you. One of the last times I got high, I had a trip, fool. Like, it was a trip, like, if you were on a tab or something, dog, you know, like, that shit's normal, bro.
It's not.
So I was like, you know what? I was like, man, this shit ain't normal, bro. And like, so honestly, I got high as fuck. I was smoking outside of my backyard. And then next thing you know is like, I started feeling weird, dog. Like, I know what it is to get a weed trip. You know, it's like you get paranoid for a little bit and then it goes away. But nah, this shit was like crazy.
What you mean
dog.
weird? Like anxiety or what?
Yeah, fool. I got like big ass anxiety attack. And then I felt,
Exactly why I don't smoke.
I was like, I'm gonna pass out. I'm gonna pass out. My boy was like, no, you're not. They called the ambulance on me, fool.
Oh,
that shit.
How
it was
many
that
years ago
bad.
was this?
Fool, 2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Couldn't fumble the bag. They needed to rescue your ass.
But trip out. Nah, trip out on this shit though. So I got to the ER and they took me because my heart rate was like
Oh, it was pounding. It was
Yeah.
like 150 or something.
around there. And that we get in the car for the trip. We get in the ambulance, right? And I'm laying down right there. I'm sitting down and the fool's looking at me and I'm over there tripping like, what the f- is wrong with me? And the paramedic goes, all right, bro, nobody's here. What else you do? I wish I would have done something else. Fool, it was weed, dog. I was like, and I rolled it to f- up, you know? So I was like, bro, it was just weed, I promise. And when I got to the hospital, they told me that they've been getting a lot of people that get that trip with weed that has pesticides. So they put this shit on me. They flushed me. I took about 1,000 P's that day, dog.
Of course.
And from then the doctor explained to me, and the doctor was cool, dog. He was Raza too. And he goes, I'm gonna tell you something. I used to smoke weed back in the days, but I don't f- with this new weed. And I was like, what?
Crazy.
So I kind of, if the doctor's telling me
What'd
that
he
he
tell
used
you?
to smoke,
What did he tell you?
he said
fuck with no more.
that he don't fuck with weed no more.
He'd rather get this with a bag of AZ,
Nah, he just told me not to do nothing.
not a new bag of runts.
Yeah, but that was that, bro.
That's a trip you say that because that happened to me too one time.
No
I
way.
got too high. I was hotboxing it, and I was going up north, fool. And I told the ambulance, damn, I'm feeling sick. I feel like I'm having a heart attack. I pulled over on and they pulled up, fool. My blood pressure's at a 190. I get in the ambulance, and they told me the same shit. Have you taken anything else? I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, just weed.
What you say? Just weed.
So that
And
shit-
that's
that
not
shit-
normal, fool. You know, us growing up, smoking weed and chronic and Indo back in the days, fool, it
Not
was
like this.
you wouldn't have a trip like that.
Not like this.
So
Imagine rolling a P-Dog with the weed today, you'll die.
you'll pass
You're
out.
dying.
You're nosing it?
Done deal. You're scratch that fool off, you know.
Talk to me about when you began to fall in love with music, not just as a listener, but as someone that wants to participate in it.
I think that happened at a
Singing first?
yeah, I did, but I think that started me falling in love with music, and I knew that I had something to do with music. Was probably around 6 or 7 years old. Yeah, that
Unpack that.
yeah, bro. It was it was just a heart. Like it was like every time I listen to a song or a song that I really like, people trip out. But that's it. I hear a heartbeat, bro. I feel like it's a heartbeat. You know, if you ever listen to a heartbeat or like I feel like that. Like it's beautiful, dog. Like, you know, if I really like the song, like I get into it, bro. I zoom. I zone out. I mean, I zone out into the song and I put myself in the lyrics. I put myself in the situation. It could be a rap, it could be a hip hop. It could be a corrido. It could be a love song. I fucking believe it or not, I get into it. Like if I'm in the fucking song, you know, people trip out, bro. I'm not high. I don't do drugs or nothing. It's just, you know, I'm speaking to you from the inside of me, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think it was around that age and I always seen like a crowd in front of me, bro. Like it was crazy. Like I always seen like a crowd or I thought I wanted to be a singer. I did take singing classes. I took piano classes. I took, my brother put me in a lot of different classes and shit growing
Play the
up.
piano.
Not at all. No, I didn't learn. I couldn't learn, bro. Honestly,
Plays the ferrias.
yeah, sorry, bro. Sorry, carnal. I know you're spending your little feria right there trying to, but, you know, I come from a hardworking family, viejo. It's 8 of us.
That's right.
You know, it's 4 brothers, 4 sisters. I'm the second to the youngest.
Very nice.
My jefito got here, and he came here first, and he was working at a bakery, and then he decided to go bring his whole family. So 6 of my brothers and sisters were born in Mexico, and me and my youngest sister were born here. And my mom was always a house mom. I slept on the couch, bro, for 21 years of my life.
That's cool.
So I still do.
I slept on the couch for a very long time.
And it's bomb. I'm gonna tell you, bro. I love the couch.
You slept on the couch or you slept on a futon? Or both?
No, it was a couch. It was the couch.
That's right.
Yeah. So it was me and my brother did till he moved out, you know, and he got his own place. But I slept on the couch for 21 years till we moved out of Venice.
That's right.
And I love it. I love it, bro. I wouldn't change nothing of it, you know?
You have some very nice couches that you could sleep on now in that private space you showed us.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Those couches are bomb, bro. I fall asleep in there sometimes.
I should have sat on it. Maybe before I jam, I'll go roll around.
Man, go ahead. Check it out, man. It's comfortable. It's really,
The carpet felt like, honestly, without exaggerating, you fools know I'm a big ass hater. Hey, fool.
hater ass fool, huh?
Yeah. Well, truth teller, that carpet, I've never felt a carpet like that before. It's crazy. I've had a lot of different carpets in my life.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
you
well traveled, fool. I've never felt that carpet.
I'm gonna tell you. I was just telling my boy that I seen that carpet in New York. I was staying at this hotel and there were some dudes putting up a big old piece of carpet, and I seen it. I was like, man, that's badass, bro. What is that? And I told him, oh yeah, what type of carpet is this? Oh, es una carpeta muy costosa, you know. And I was like, oh, okay. And I touched it. I was like, what the fuck? But it was a little dark because we're going through another part of the hotel, and it was a little dark.
Shit like this thick or what? Because that shit was like stepping on.
Yeah, it's pretty thick. It's pretty thick.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty thick. But what it is that when you turn off the lights and you just turn on like one light,
It sparkles.
it sparkles, so you feel like you're walking on stars. That's badass. Something cool, I
This fool
guess.
puts on the original Iron Man mask, lays on his carpet, feels like the fool's flying through space.
Butt naked. Hey, sorry I got the glasses on, dog, but I got a pink eye, dog.
I
So
was telling this,
You know, my
fool,
bad.
stop eating ass. That shit's crazy.
hey, fuck, farting on pillows all day. That's why I don't let food sit on my couch. You know, get it with a pink eye. But
Talk to me about when you began singing, sir.
I started at 16.
Right.
Already, like, you know, I fell in love with Chalino Sanchez at 14.
That's right.
And I got into corridos, and then I dropped out of high school at 16. And 15, 16, I dropped out of high school. And then I ended up going to the LA Job Corps.
With the Job Corps?
Yeah,
Who the
fool.
sent you there? Your mom?
Fucking court. I dropped out of high school. And my mom.
Who knows about Job Corps? None of you fools know about Job Corps.
You got to really be a up to know about Job Corps. For real, dog. If you know about Job Corps, that means you're a up.
You got a high night Job Corps
Yeah.
too, huh? Don't lie.
No. I'm gonna tell you what happened at Job Corps. So they sent a letter to my pad when I dropped out. I got home and I told my dad, hey, I don't want to go to school no more. And he goes, pues a trabajar, cabrón. You know, he goes, man, I really wanted you to be somebody in life through school. And I said, nah, it's not for me. I feel like I'm wasting my time there, you know. And he said, all right. Well, I get a letter to the pad, and I was at work because I had a job, you know,
Yes.
as a dishwasher at a Italian restaurant.
That's right.
And I remember I got home and my dad was up waiting. He was like, hey, you got a letter. You got to check it out. I was like, oh, yeah, what type of letter? He's like, I don't know. Read it, you know, because he didn't know. So I started reading the letter and I was like, oh, shit. It was a court date. I was like, hey, we got to go to court. And he's like, for what? What did I do? He thought he did something. I was like, no. It's because of my school. Like, they're saying that I got to go to court for school or something. So I get there and there's like this judge and she's like, hey, what's up? You know, why you dropping out? And I'm like, school isn't for me. She's like, okay, young man, you have two choices. Either you go back to school or you go to jail. And I said, what do you mean I go to jail? She goes, yeah, you go to jail. I was like, shit, well, I want to go back to school, but I don't want to go back to high school. So she said, you ever thought about a continuation center or a skill center school or something like that? And then I said, well, I mean, I don't know, you know, maybe it could be for me. And she's like, look, there's a pretty cool school that I want you to check out. And actually, I'm ordering you to go to that school. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, so fuck, I'm now I got to go. And then she said, well, the best thing is that we pay you to go to school. And I was like, what? The fuck you mean we get paid to go to school? So we end up at fucking Job Corps, bro. I end up at Job and trip out when I got there late. So all the fucking cool classes were gone. Construction, plumbing, fucking carpenter, all like the cool shit was gone, right? All the skills. And the only one they fucking had, bro, they had something to do with concrete or drywall or something like that. And then the next one was a massage therapist. Fool. So
You're gonna give me a massage right now?
I'll hook you up, fool. I'll up in your back and all that. Fool, it was a trip because you have 10 dudes on one line and you got 20 females on the massage therapist. That I ain't going with the dudes, you know. So I ended up going to the massage therapist and
Jimmy the Chunt. This is Jimmy the masseuse.
yeah, Jimmy the masseuses. Nah, but hey, trip out. So I ended up doing like close to 300 hours, bro. Yeah, so I could get down and dirty, viejo.
Your Highness
Yeah.
gets mean massage.
She don't like massages for me, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I massage her feet, her head, her, you know, yeah, but she doesn't, well, I've never really tried giving her a massage. Like, yeah, she's like, yeah, whatever. But I haven't practiced, so I mean.
Does she know that you went to massage?
Yeah, well, of course. She that's around the time where I was like.
Like I said, you got a high job corps.
No, I met her separate. I met her way separate, man. You know, I've never talked about my girl, man. And I met her around the same time. I was actually like 17 when I met her.
So then you've been with the same woman since you were 17.
17 years old.
That's very, very honorable of you, sir.
Yeah, man.
I'm not joking around. That's
I'll tell you a story about her real quick. Why I appreciate her so much. Because I'm never going to leave her. And no matter what I become in life, I'm not going to leave her behind. You know what I'm saying? Because
well, she's going to get half if you jam, so don't trip.
we'll trip out on this, fool. One time we didn't have shit to eat. It was me and her in a car. We were young, and I didn't have a job. I lost my job. She didn't have a job. I mean, she had a job, but you know, her paycheck was already gone and bills and stuff like that. And we had no money. We're broke. My mom was in Mexico, so there was no food at the pad. And we pulled over to the side, and I started looking for change, viejo. And we rounded up like $1.30 or 40 cents, and we went to McDonald's and got a double cheeseburger. And all up, she don't even like cheese. And you know, we were so hungry, and we split that double. She don't even like a cheeseburger, viejo. She's not into them. And we ate it. That's how hungry we were, viejo. And to me is that, like, viejo, how can you diss someone after you build so much and do that? So, you know, I got nothing but love, and she got a unpriced paycheck from me, bro, for the rest of my life, you know, because she was always there, you know. So the best thing I could do is have that for them, you know, for my kids and family. So
saludos to your lady. No.
Yeah, man, for sure. So going back to Venice, going back to me being a singer. No,
What did she think when you wanted to sing? She was like, you can't sing for shit, fool.
yeah, she's always been a hater, you know.
That's right.
You know, she don't like me singing, but I think she just, you know, no cap, fool. You know, I was a good-looking young kid. You know, hey, shit.
I
you
don't
know?
think so, fool.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was. I think if I was a female, I'd fuck with me, you know. Nah, you. Pero it was cool, man. You know, at the LA Job Corps, I met two homies. And where I grew up, I was the only fool listening to corridos, fool. Like, you know, nobody else listened to Mexican music. So, you know, all my homies, they would listen to it because I would give it to them to listen. But it wasn't like we would sit there and get a mino peda off of that, you know? Mm-hmm. And so I met my homie Julio, which we call Chompiras, and my homeboy Bago. And they were diehard into corridos, bro. Like, when I met them, it was like they introduced me to a whole different paisa life. You know, to El Parral nightclub, to El Farallon, to there was a whole different life I didn't know about, you know? And keep in mind, viejo, I mean, I come from catering to whites, to Asians, to Armenians, to you know, to different multiculturals in the West Side, you know? Mm-hmm. So to me, Mexican music was like my heart, you know? And also, I was a huge hip hop, you know, I'm a huge hip hop fan, bro, you know? I've Tupac to the fullest, you know, and Snoop Dogg, and even going all the way back from NWA. That's right. You know, and I'll even take you back to Kumo D. I'll take you back to EPMD. I'll take you to Rakim. I'll take you back to, you know what I'm saying?
I'm highly familiar.
So those are my type of artists that I fuck with in hip hop. And for some reason down the line, I knew that Mexican music and hip hop someday was gonna have something to do together, you know, and by all means, viejo, growing up in that shit, you know, and us being who we are and listening to the corridos, liking the corridos and doing all that shit. Honestly, bro, meeting these two guys changed my life. You know, they introduced me to a whole new culture, a whole new life. And through them as well, me and my boy Chompiras, we started a magazine for the Paisas.
What was it called?
La Guarachada. There was another one that was popping back in the days que se llamaba La Plebada magazine. And I think we were like the competition to them, or not really, because, you know, they were the shit. Mm-hmm. But we would have all kinds of shit on there. And one day we went to go interview el Jesse Morales, el original de la Sierra. Mm-hmm. And
I was going to ask you about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, we went to go interview him. And that day we became really good homies, you know, with his brother, Herminio. Shout out to my boy, Herminio, his brother. And his other brother, George Hilguero, and Jesse Morales, which is el original. And we became family, bro. Mm. You know, I left to work with them, you know, and I worked with them.
So you were a roadie?
I was a roadie, man. I was all right there, bro. I was ironing his clothes. I was ironing his clothes. I was buying food in the middle of the night. You know, I was a guy cleaning his boots. You know, I was a guy helping the engineer. I was a guy carrying the maletas, the luggages. I was a guy learning how to do the business. So that was also a school for me, you know?
That's great.
And yeah, dude, but one day we decided to part our ways, man. And
why?
I think it was like I needed to grow up, you know? I needed to start making. What was that?
It was your fault that you guys.
Well, I needed to make feria. I wasn't making feria with them, you know.
Feel that.
Yeah, and I mean, no disrespect to them, but you know, I wasn't making the money they were making, and you know, I was getting paid $200 a week or $250 compared to, you know, them taking home $20,000 to $50,000 a week. You know,
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was kind of that, and from that, kind of made me learn and never do that to my employees, you know. So everybody that works for Rancho Humilde, I'm gonna tell you, gets paid really good, you know. And I always make sure that I make sure their income is really good because it's very important, you know. And
let's fast forward to that a little bit. So you left being the roadie. At what point in time did it occur to you, or did you begin to fantasize about creating your own empire the way you have thus far?
Well, man, look, I didn't plan it, bro. I didn't plan it. I swear to you, I didn't plan it. I never sat down and said, oh, I'm going to build this, I'm going to build that, I'm going to do this. It didn't happen like that, bro. The way it happened is that I opened a taco shop, you know, and shout out to, I don't know which one's a dude. I owe this dude a lot of respect. I don't know who he is, but if he's out there and if he ever sees this, he was on Slauson and I think a little bit past Avalon by the train tracks. He was on the other side of the train tracks. He was selling tacos from there. And one day, we got out of a quinceañera. We went to a hall right there on Slauson. I think it was Slauson and San Pedro. And we were going back to the freeway to the 110. And we decided to stop and eat tacos. And when we decided to stop and eat tacos, I see this dude roll up in a clean-ass Tahoe, subbing, boom, boom, corridos too. And he gets off and he parks in right there next to the lady that was cooking. And he takes off, you know, these boxes from the back. He gives it to him. Then I see the lady give him a big old wad of feria. And I was like, damn, what business is going on here, you know? And she was like, I was like, hey, who's that? She was like, oh, it's el dueño. And he was a young ass cat, dog. He was probably around my age at the time. I was probably like 20, 23, 24. So I was like, man, this fool's doing it, right? So I decided to open up a taco shop with a little money I had saved right there and some feria that my dad let me borrow, you know, when he refinanced his house. So I opened this little taco shop and I did that. I was a real taco guy on the sidewalk, bro.
What was the name of your taco?
Tacos El Vaquero. So if you Google Tacos El Vaquero in Lenox, you're going to see my taco truck pop out and some pictures of me in there doing tacos, you know, and
taco truck still up?
Nah, but I still own the truck.
That's right.
Yeah, I kept the truck. I never sold it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I never sold it, man. And around that time, I met my partner, JB, later on, a few years later, I was probably like 28 was when I met my partner, JB, because of another homie. He wanted to meet a guy that worked with El Original de la Sierra. It's crazy how it all connects in life. That's why I'll tell you, motherfuckers, all you youngsters, man, like, don't worry about it. Just keep going and follow your shit. It's going to get there, bro. Because, you know, he wanted to meet a guy that worked with El Original de la Sierra, and I was a baggage guy for this guy, and then ended up selling, you know, dates with him, and ended up doing stuff with that later on in life, you know. So he wanted to meet that guy because he was a big fan. And when I met him, my partner JB, it was a trip, fool, because me and this fool had the same birthday, and we decided to like do this family thing. But before then, if you see our logo, it has 2 horses, right? So I had 2 horses at that time in Compton. The was I doing with 2 horses? I was barely able to feed myself, you know?
You're a fucking Compton cowboy way.
I Compton cowboy. And then I started talking to JB, and I told him I had horses, and he was like, oh yeah, I fuck with horses. So the next day we went horseback riding, and then I ended up trading a horse for a laptop. I ended up trading one of the horses that I had for him for a laptop.
That does not seem like a fair trade.
Well,
The horse was more.
yeah, the horse was way more, but I couldn't feed him, bro. You know, I couldn't feed the horse, so I had to get rid of it, bro.
Fuck it.
And from there we became really good friends. We got kicked out of where we were renting stables, so we had to get our own like little pad right there in Compton, and we rented a yard there, and then that's where we got the name Rancho Humilde. One day we did a housewarming party to like present the yard, and it was a trip, fool, because this was back in 2007. We had back in that day, you know, corridos and all that, 2007, 2008, they weren't really popping, you know? Like, it wasn't really...
Who was the most popping corrido guy back then?
No. Hold up, dog. I gotta buckle my shit. I just ate earlier, fool. You know how it is when you got that panza. No, at that time, I think the ones that were popping was Tucanes and Fidel Rueda. I think those were the only 2 popping. And then what happened right after that? We did a housewarming party. We got like 500 fools that showed up.
That's low.
With girls, 500. Like, it was popping. Like, what the f? So, boom, I was like, let's do a flyer party.
Say no more.
And he was like, well, we're music. So we got Banda Imperio, right? We got Banda Imperio. They played, and we did $20 all night for guys and girls and free. And it was a BYOB. And boom, we had like 2,000 people show up.
Ballin'.
And we were like, what the fuck? And then from there, we said, hey, let's keep doing more parties, you know? Let's keep doing more. And then it was more of us. Like, it was like a big crew, you know? It was like probably like 8 or 9 of us. But, you know, the other guys, they didn't really look at it as a business. And then me and JB said, hey, you know, let's invest in doing something cool, because there was an artist that was starting to pop around the neighborhood in Compton and with the new Paisa life que se llamaba El Commander. You know, so when El Commander came in, it was cool, man, because we hired him. We gave him, I think, like $1,500 or $1,000. Yeah, they was still like his biggest paycheck, right?
He wasn't him yet.
Nah, he was popping, but not that. Nobody really with his music, so it was kind of like, you know, it was kind of like if we were gonna do a party, max people we can get from all over LA was 2,000 people, bro. Like, that was it. You know, those were the people that with this.
That's cool.
So yeah. We started off with like, you know, 300, 400, 500 people, then started growing and growing and growing. We got him. We did a big ass event. We used to sell the beer, alcohol, everything. We used to make a gang of feria with that. Parking. We used to rent halls, backyards, fucking tow yards, warehouses. You know, I went from back in the days what I used to do, you know, and we started doing good. Then we brought in our partner Rocky, and it became, you know, JB, Rocky, and myself, you know, and it just kept going from there. And
so was Commander your actual first artist?
No. We didn't. We were just promoters.
Gotcha.
So then we started getting raided. There was a big ass flyer party on Main, right there in South Central. And then next thing you know, we're outside. We had Los Vultures y El Commander. Mm-hmm. We probably had about 3,000 people already, bro. This was already popping. It was cool. Shout out to my boy Isael. Isael is the manager of Grupo Firme, one of the creators of Grupo Firme. He's the one that sold me El Commander and Buitres. He worked for that company. Mm-hmm. I go outside because I would always peep the game, and it was a warehouse, food, like straight fucking warehouses with boxes, everything. And I got 3,000 people in that joint. We got a full-blown blast, a bar. We got this real stage, light setup, everything, bro. So if you look on Commander and Vultures, Rancho Humilde, flyer party, you'll see that what I'm talking about. You'll see that party I'm talking about. And then next, I go outside because I wanted to check up, see if we would have more people coming. It was already hasta la madre. I was like, we got to close the doors already. No more people could come in. And the next thing you know, my nephew tells me, because my nephew was there with a flashlight, letting people know that it was a spot. This fucking Huda rolls up. Well, my nephew at first goes, hey, I got to take a shit. So can you cover my post? I go, yeah, I got you. So next thing you know, I go and cover that shit. I'm with the flashlight. Next thing you know, I see the Huda. I'm like, oh, shit. I put it away. And the Huda was like, hey, what's going on right here? What kind of party is it or what? And I'm like, oh, man, it's a quinceañera. I know what. No, it's a company party for the owner decided to do I don't know, bro. We're just right here at securities. I don't know. I forgot really what I told him, right? Well, to top it off, that fool goes, hey, have you seen Jimmy around? And I was like, nah, bro. He's probably over there. Like, I don't know. No, I don't know what you're talking about. As soon as he said that, and he turned already, I was gone. I went inside the flyer party. I ran in there, closed the doors, shut everything, put pallets on the doors. They got an hour to come in. Commander, everybody get on stage. Fuck it, let's go. Everybody got on stage. We had an hour before they get the search warrant, So we get an hour. Then finally they break in. We're done already. And I camouflaged myself. I took out I walked out with some friends and, left. And from there, we're like, that's it, fool. F that. Then they kicked me out of Compton. Out of the city of Compton, I got kicked out. They said I couldn't do fucking events there no more. I couldn't even be around there no more, that they were going to arrest me. But they never had a face on Jimmy. So they didn't have a face on me. They just knew Jimmy the Rancho Humilde, but they didn't know who I was. Like nobody could really say like, oh, that was him. Like nobody really knew who I was because since I was a kid, I knew how to hide myself behind these parties.
Is it safe to say that when you moved from Venice to over to Compton?
To Lennox.
Oh, okay, got you.
I moved to Lennox, and that's where I opened my taco shop.
That's right.
And at Compton was where we had the horse stables.
Got you.
So we were only able, so we were doing them there.
Just making sure.
Yeah, and so we decided to go into the nightclubs. We went into Rodeo, and then from Rodeo we started doing all the rest of the nightclubs from there. Malecon, Potreros, Leonardo's, Pico Rivera Sports Arena, and now we were doing big things with events. But we would make artists, bro. Like we would support all these artists, and then companies will grab them and sign them, and we'll never get to hire those artists again. So we were like, that, let's start building our own shit. Like we're building all these artists for companies. I ain't gonna say no names, but a lot of famous artists over there that we built, and a lot of companies that got rich because of our creation, that we just liked the way they sing, and knew that they were gonna pull in people.
Who was some of your favorite artists that you guys booked back in the day?
My top 3 back in the days, I would say is going to be El Commander.
Sick.
Other one is going to be Gerardo Ortiz.
Super sick.
And damn, I got a few, bro, because look, we were the first ones to ever bring El Commander, Los Buitres, Gerardo Ortiz, Noel Torres, Regulo Caro, Alfredo Olivas, Arley Pérez, Grupo Cartel, Los Buitres, Larry Hernandez, Roberto Tapia. The fucking list keeps going and going, bro. We've worked with so many artists already as promoters, Who
was the first artist that you guys actually signed to Rancho?
Comando Negro. Yeah, it was Comando Negro. They're here from LA, from East. Some of them are from East LA. Right. Some of them are from Southgate, a couple different places in LA. Yeah, they were the first ones we signed, bro.
Who was your first major breakthrough artist? The ones that really, really, really took it away, took you out of here.
I could say it was the first ones that ever took us out of here was Hijos de Barrón.
That's right. What was their hit song?
They had a few, man, but they're Proceder de Manuel.
Gotcha.
Proceder de Manuel, Mi Pequeño Mundo. Those are big hits from them. After that, we had first we had Comando Negro, then we had Hijos de Barrón. Then we had a couple of the groups, like we had Pistones. Who else? There's a couple of groups, I don't really remember their name, but shout out to them. It's not that no disrespect that I forget your name, but shit, man, so much shit in my head. Then from that, who else was it? From Hijos de Barron. Then we signed a group called Alta Consigna. Alta Consigna is the one that like really, really took it to another level. Like we started filling up big venues with Alta Consigna. Oh man, what is that? 2016 maybe?
Gotcha.
No, 2014, 15? I gotta go back, bro.
I'm about to look.
Yeah, Alta Consigna, bro. I don't know. Nah, I'm really interested in finding out what year that was. Alta Consigna.
Hey, real quick, circling back to you being working as a taco vendor. I know a lot of times when Raza gets attacked, you speak out on it. Do you feel like you speak out because you could relate to it because you're in that position?
Hell yeah, bro. I know what it feels like to be robbed. And
also, that's happened to you before.
it didn't happen to me. The twice that it happened to my taco truck, one of the times I went to go take a shit. Serious shit for my taco truck. I live real close. So it was me and it was one of the cooks and myself. We left to go, we went to my house to use the restroom, and that shit happened. They got robbed at gunpoint. And then the second time was there would be two cars. I was already almost like close to the end of when I was a taco guy. I had a van, and then there was a taco truck a trailer that was pulled by another truck. And the van, we took off because I would take the lady home. So I would have to take her home, and then I'll meet them at the commissary. And right before they left, they got stopped by like right there at the spot, and they got fucking robbed again at gunpoint. So it hurts though, bro, because, you know, it's like your family, you know, this is my workers, this is my family right here. And getting robbed in front of you, well, not in front of you, but knowing that they got robbed and they're crying and they didn't want to come back to work the next day, and, you know, saying, no, I don't want to do this no more. You know, my life is in danger. It's like it sucks, bro, you know?
Was that real common back in the days, or do you think that's a problem that just happens now?
No, that's a problem from now. I mean, you know what? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that it's been happening forever. The elotero and the taco guys and the street vendors always been getting robbed. But now is like the social media, you know?
Right.
Yeah, that puts it on blast. But shout out to my boy Alex Enamorado out there.
Yeah, shout out to
putting
Dean.
the fuck down for all the vendors, which I told him the other day, man, you gotta whatever for me, whatever you need, you know? So,
and he's cool too. He's like an activist, but with the business though.
Yeah, man. And you know what's crazy is that his uncle is a huge music writer.
Really?
Yeah, I fucked with his uncle when I was like 18, 19 years old. And he told me, I was like, no shit, bro. I was like, me lo saludas, man. I haven't seen him in years. But yeah, shout out to my boy Alex Enamorado over there standing up for them. And it's heartbreaking, bro. You know, I think a lot of people tell me like, oh, you know, you kind of like were the first one to really speak up for them, that had a voice. And I did. I think I was one of the first
I would agree.
ones. Huh?
I would agree.
Yeah. But I did it. I didn't do it for clout. You know, I did it because that shit hurt, bro. You know, it hurt, bro, man. It was like, fuck. And that's when I kind of knew the power of my platform, of like when we were able to raise like, you know, $40,000-$50,000 for an elotero guy.
That's right.
And, you know, he retired after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he was able to go back home to his family in Mexico with that feria. And to me, that was dope, you know? And, yeah. Did you see when Alta Consigna was or what?
No.
I think it was 15, 16. I got to check. Anyways, they popped. They really, really popped, man. And
Popped after that?
Who popped after that? Oh, right after that, we got Alegres del Barranco. So it was like, but it was dope because it was like the same year. It was Hijos de Barron, Alta Consigna, and Alegres del Barranco. We got the same year. And then Alegres del Barranco started popping with El Costal Lleno de Piedras. And that shit just started, you know, we were already doing big shows, you know, and it was pretty cool because we were doing big shows in LA, and we started doing that all across the US without radio and TV and any other promotion. We would only use the social media. And so it was very uncommon, bro, for me to have an event in Portland or Denver or Texas or whoever, and even Bakersfield or even LA, and not utilize and not use the radio and TV to advertise my shit.
It's very uncommon.
Yeah, I was against it. You know, I was like, well, fuck you then. You don't want to help me, then I'm going to still do this shit without you. We're popping, viejo. So I remember we broke record at Pico Rivera Sports Arena, the first event in LA in history of Mexican music that put in more than 5,000. We ended up doing 13,000 people for fucking without radio and TV. And I think that's what fucked their business up, you know? my bad, but hey, congrats to me, right? I mean, I ended up finding a good way of business, and now a lot of people are very successful because of that, you know?
Absolutely.
So yeah, and then after that, it was Legado Siete, the legends. You know what I'm saying? They were the ones that they were one of the ones that that really put our company also on another level. And
Talk to me about Legado. There's a lot.
man, you know, like there's a lot to everything, right? It's what you want to focus on, right? I always look at
The negative right
yeah,
now.
the negative. If whatever you want to talk about, I mean, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I had more good times with them than bad times. You know what I'm saying?
Like it.
So it's like whatever anybody says is like they could even say it. You know, majority of our times was good. We had a lot of fun times. I miss being around them, of course. You know, these are guys that I built a career with. These are guys that I've seen them grow. You know, these are people in life that one time I said, man, you know, one time in life I probably called my brother, you know, and now unfortunately, you know, shit happened, you know, somewhere down the line where, you know, trying to get it right. Yeah, I think
Can we say that brothers fight and maybe sometimes brothers reunite?
look, man, I got in a big fight with 3 of my artists already before, and I know it was fucked up for me, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I was talking. Shout out to my boy Scooter Brown that stopped by today, and we had a huge ass talk, and we got into that subject. So it's funny that you bring that up, because I was in the era, and I started my music label and my company and my management and promotional company, whatever you want to call it. Rancho Humilde started popping at the era where the CDs and the physical albums went away and the digital grounds came in.
Facts.
So you got to understand the contracts that I built back then
We're off a CD.
is off of CDs, but it's off of people that already had developed contracts. And it was the way of working. The artist only get certain amount of percentage and the company will get a certain amount of percentage, right?
Just for the record, not to defend Jimmy, but that's a known fact. It's just like
I mean,
an industry standard.
Look,
It's just industry standard.
it's an industry standard fee, right? And as we went on the line, we started giving bigger percentages to our artists. And we're like, well, we're not going to sign you to a 10%. You know, what about a 25%? So
10% was a normal shit.
and it was so uncommon, an artist signing for 25% at that time. So don't blame me, blame the guy that created, you know? As we went on, I started developing. So, you know, a lot of artists seeing it like, oh, he's robbing me because you got everybody on social media telling you that he's robbing you. Right? And I'm like, well, you get over here and behind the scenes and work 24 hours a day, don't sleep, don't spend no time with your family, go without eating, having a stressful ass life, investing all the money you have in your pocket in your bank account, the little one that you have, you know, putting all your money and effort behind of an artist. It's very hard to believe in an artist. You don't know. I didn't know my money that I was investing was going to do what it is today. I never knew.
It was a risk.
It was the risk that I took.
The cap table is right there. It was a roll of the dice.
It was a big roll. And look, as the time went on, I got in a fight with one artist. I got in a fight with the second artist. And I got in a fight with the third artist, right? I could say off of the 3 artists, I talked to one of them. I'm still cool with them. The other 2 I still with are still signed to me, renewed our contracts, and are more brothers than ever, right?
And can we say the names of those artists?
Yeah, Grupo Codiciado and Natanael Cano, right? We grew a big old brotherhood where we understand each other, we know each other, and we know how to work with each other, right?
Aside from Peso Pluma, at one point, was it safe to say that Nata might have been the biggest Mexican artist in the world?
Of course. And I got a surprise for you. He's dropping an album today, and I'm sure he's going to take that #1. You'll see when you hear it. I want you to put the picture. He's going to be #1, man. I guarantee you. You know what this guy look? I got a message from Spotify, right? This is crazy right here, bro.
Got a lot of fucking messages.
Yeah, I know. I do all day. But I got a message from Spotify. Trip out on this, bro. This is insane. And this was yesterday, all right? This was yesterday. I'm going to show you. Check out how many saves does he have?
You want me to say it?
Yeah, you can say it.
553,000 pre-saves. Actually, 554 if you run a round off.
That was yesterday.
by 10.
That was yesterday. The record's held by, or I'm gonna probably say that it was held. I think here was it
Drake or
just
something?
no.
Justin Bieber or some shit?
Justin Bieber's. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you who it was. I got everything here because they were like, "Yo, this is crazy, bro. I never seen this." Okay, so in Latin music, the record was held by Karol G, which was at 565,000.
So we smashed that.
We smashed that. Then also we passed Karol G, and the record is held right now, right there. Read it. Read the message right there. You can say it.
Nah.
You can say it.
Okay, so yes, sir. Also, we passed Karol G. The record is 625K now internationally by Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran.
So you're about 50K away.
That was
That was yesterday.
so. Guess what?
Can I-
Get my phone back, fool. So now
I saw some secrets. I can't tell
that was yesterday, and now
you. You like that? Sick ass fool.
now we just broke Ed Sheeran's record.
As of now,
Yeah. So Nathaniel Cano
is the highest
holds
saved.
as of and we still have 4 hours left. And
Big.
So Nata right now is the highest current pre-saved artist ever on Spotify.
On Spotify.
Ever, period.
ever.
Full community exclusives.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's f***ing crazy, bro. And to me, I'm like, f***ing Nata. And we had a big ass fall off a year ago. Over a year ago.
Definitely a very public fiasco.
And
But he's here. I mean, he ain't
strong
here,
to say,
but he's with you.
strong to say that we have a solid relationship, and we're on a fucking day to day. We planned this together. We worked as a team. He knew coming back. I knew him coming back. We were getting ready to do something crazy. It was about to happen, and we did it, bro. And this is it. And I could say is that I'm proud of him. I'm proud of everybody behind it. I'm proud of all the teamwork that we've all developed, his management,
That's right.
our team, our record label, our management, everything. So we, been doing it. Hey, turn on the air a little bit.
It's getting a little warmer.
No.
Talking about that big bread made you a little hot, huh? Bowling. Anyways, moving forward, I do have one curveball for you, and I could edit it out if you'd like.
Nah, go ahead, bro.
What's up with the herencia de patrones?
What do you mean? Like,
What's cracking with them?
you really want me to tell you?
Sure.
You want good or bad?
Give it to me all. Pause.
We got a big ass surprise coming. Yeah. Don't think he's been chilling.
I wouldn't imagine he is.
Yeah.
It's just, I know more than I give on to a lot of people. People just think I'm just some fool that works in no jumper.
Yeah.
Like, I'm with the homie right here. But I know quite a bit. Is based
Yeah.
on a private conversation, I know quite a bit. So with that being said, a lot of people just know about the negative that might get thrown out there occasionally here or there. And
Yeah. But what negative did you hear or what?
well, I don't know. I heard he was shelved or some shit like that.
Man, that's the last dude to be shelved. He owns his record label. We're partners on a lot of shit. Nowhere near it, bro. That guy is more busy than both of us are right now.
I believe it.
And we got a bomb dropping soon.
That's for
It's not only about music, just to tell you. Like, it has a lot to do with our community. It has a lot to do with what's going on in life. And it has a lot to do with the future of our Latino and Mexican American community, bro. I think we got something popping. I think we got something in the oven. Shout out to my boy Concrete.
we just had him the other day.
Yeah, that's my mother right there,
I did
bro.
his first photo shoot many. Well,
Really?
I shot his wet. That's my boy. Who cares? Shout out to my boy Concrete, aka Beretta, aka.
He knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, he's involved.
No, I can't say he's involved or
I
not.
don't like that fool just did an interview and he didn't say shit. We got a problem. Now.
I'm gonna tell you, bro. we got something crazy coming, bro. I can't speak on it now because
I'm not mad at that.
yeah, but
I didn't tell anybody I was coming here till 20 minutes before I was.
oh shit! It was shout out to my boy JD.
That's right.
Shout out to Uzi. Shout out to everybody. To Raul. Shout out to Uzi's brother. Shout out to my boy Bloody from Herencia Patrones. To all the HP family, much love.
That's right.
I love you fools to the fullest. Y'all know what it is. That's a real. He's family, viejo. That man. I've never had a fall off with him. That we did have a little situation, but it wasn't something that we didn't handle right away.
That's love.
It was something that we took care of in the first 5 minutes of the situation, and it wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing against both of us. It was just something that we had to talk about. We nailed it down, and thank God, man. He got
whatever you guys got going on.
Yeah.
You're clearly excited.
Yeah, but he's not in the shelf, bro. I can't. I wouldn't even know how to put him in a shelf. I don't even know how you put anybody in the shelf.
I'm just chilling.
Yeah, I think that doesn't exist no more. I think the social media is too powerful, bro.
You want to know what? You can breach contract and do some crazy shit, but
I don't think we've ever went after anybody that breached contract.
I like it.
Yeah, I don't think we.
Let's switch lanes. Or actually, let's get one more big group out of the way. Fuerza Regida.
Oh man, the big dogs. Yeah, man, my boy is a fuck. Oh man, I don't know not one more hard worker. Well, yeah, I know a few, but this fool works, dog.
That fool's on.
That fool works. I talked to him, and he got a million ideas. I got a million ideas. We talk, and we got some crazy coming. He also has a lot of crazy coming.
I like that kid, man. I've never met him, but you know what? I'd like to say I'm proud to say that I'm proud what he does for his parents and shit.
I think you could relate to him. I think everybody that with him can relate somewhat to him, like him growing up, the way he did, him with his parents. You know, him being who he is and acting how he acts. You know, I think everybody has that cousin or uncle that's wild and that's got 1,001 batteries on his ass. You know what I'm saying? It's like this fool got energy, dog. You know, and we both do. We miss a lot of each other calls because he's busy, I'm busy. But I don't know how we do it, but throughout our whole busy schedules, we end up talking at the end of the day or in the beginning of the day. Right. Sometimes I wake him up, he wakes me up, and he'll call me at 3 a.m. You gotta listen to this, fool, and I'm like, fuck, I'm knocked out. And I got a meeting at 5, 6 in the morning in the East Coast, but hey, I gotta do my job. I gotta be there for my guys. So I listen to whatever he sends me, and whatever he's doing. He called me and I need a car, I need this, I need that. Like, bro,
like
whatever.
Telling me you let him borrow your ladies.
Yeah, he called me and he was like, that shit was funny, bro. He was like, come on, man, I really need it. He's like, man, check out the video, Jimmy. It's me right there in the pink car. I need the car, convertible. And then I'm like, yeah, I wanted him to use it, right, real quick. But, I had to ask for permission for that. And,
I'm mad at that.
And she was like, fuck it, go ahead. But it's JOP. How can you say no to JOP,
That's right.
So, yeah, man.
Let's switch lanes. There was once a large gathering you held of some of the most, maybe some of the best up-and-coming and established Chicano rappers. No offense to say it that way, but let's just say rappers that were Raza in the LA area.
Yeah.
What was that meeting about and how did it come about?
Oh, man.
How did it come about and what was it about?
You heard about it, huh?
I was going to come, but, I was busy and shit.
Yeah. Look, man, I love being Chicano, bro. I love being Raza. Right. I fucking love talking both languages. I just love it, bro. I love who I am. I love my skin color. I love fucking Mexican woman, Chicanas. I love the culture. I love the cholos. I love the, not the cholos like the actual guys, but I love that culture. I like the, I love oldies, viejo. I love rap. I like hip hop. I like our shit, bro. It's like what we represent, who we are, loyalty, and don't disrespect our elders, show love to one another. And I kind of felt that it needed it, I felt it was too much on of so-and-so dissing this guy and that guy dissing that guy. And I don't believe in that shit. I believe in unity. I believe in the more you work together with each other, you're going to build and more could happen from that, So we put them all together. You know, I invited them and they all came out. It was beautiful, bro. You know, having all these guys in a room, and then we did it at a restaurant. We had everybody there, bro, and it was crazy, bro. It was crazy to see everybody. A lot of dudes that are doing big right now. You know, shout out to my boy King Little G and Drummer Boy.
Yep.
We got some shit going on right now.
That's right.
Supporting to the fullest. I don't look at it as a Chicano rap. I don't look at it as a Mexican rap. I just look at it as music, bro. You know, and that's what it's gonna be to the world. So it's pretty dope. They got a track out there right now that's it's called Gangster Function. It's doing really, really good. And what's dope is like it took over the lowrider community. So everybody in the lowrider bumping that shit and putting their videos bumping that shit.
That's right.
And it's pretty dope to see that a lot of big lowrider dudes that are not Mexican, you know, black dudes, Armenians, whites, whatever the they are, they with it, bro. And I've never seen that shit. So I know something big's gonna happen, bro. I hope it's with them, but you know, it's like shout out to all the rappers out there doing it, man. Shout out to my boy Peso over there doing some time, trying to get his ass out already.
We're gonna get to
you
that.
know. So
What was the purpose of that meeting, though?
of unity, bro.
That's right. So it's just to get everyone together.
Get everybody together.
What happened to that playlist? I mean, not playlist. Was it a Spotify playlist?
We did it, but it's called The Wave. But then we kind of got when the whole idea of that playlist kind of got f***ed up by like a platform, and it was kind of f***ed up because they named another one The Wave, and kind of like threw it off. You know, wasn't really what I was trying to do. And then that was when we did a song with I launched that platform, that playlist on I think it was Apple or Spotify. I don't remember where it was, but it was Apple.
No, Spotify.
Spotify. When we launched it, the whole what got that popping was that's when we did a song with Dr. Dre, with Snoop Dogg, with it was Snow the Product, CNG, Nathaniel Cano, Ovi, and Snoop Dogg. You know, I put it together. Got a couple of boys. My boy Hollywood did the beat. We did some shit and I got it on there. Song hit pretty good. You know, it did pretty good. The streams on it was amazing. But then it just kind of faded out from there. You know, like a lot of people started like not supporting that same shit, you know? So, I mean, I don't know, but I see everybody supporting each other right now, though. That's dope.
No, absolutely. It's going very, very, very well. I've known Drummer for many, many years. Another guy I came up with and did a lot of his first shit with him, and et cetera, et cetera. But
what do you feel like? Hold up, I got a question. What do you feel like it's gonna take for Latinos to come up and rap the same way they came up in regional Mexican music?
Because let's be real, right now, the biggest artists that are popping in the world are Latinos at this instance.
Yeah, man. I could say that the top.
But it'd be dope for it to be rap too. Like,
Yeah.
And I don't think who else does it besides a few homies in Texas besides us out here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the top 5 Latino artists in the world is Bad Bunny, Peso Pluma, Fuerza Regida,
Yep.
Junior H,
Yep.
and Nathaniel Cano.
It
So-
sounds like you got all 4.
Yeah, so we fuck with it. You know, we there.
Like Thanos out here, huh?
And in Mexico, we took over the charts.
Bad Bunny. That's all you're missing.
Nah, bro, Bad Bunny's f***ing on a whole nother level too, bro. I mean, he's big, man. You know, I told you I met up with Scooter Braun earlier, man, and dude, he was here for hours, bro, and we kicked it off, had a badass conversation, cool ass dude. Honestly, man, it was like how much love and support he was showing to the community we're building is badass, bro. I don't see. My thing was that growing up, I don't feel like we had a culture.
I can understand what you mean. Even though Los Angeles, the culture is mostly us.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Everybody else was feeding off us, you know, and you know, it's like the hip hop. You know, it's like we love hip hop, we understand hip hop, but in reality, it's not our culture. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, it's like a lot of.
At least, because in New York, the Latinos over there are definitely.
Oh yeah, of course. But what I'm saying is that I'm not saying not only that, but I'm saying, and hip hop in the East Coast, they let Puerto Ricans get in it, you know, and they looked at them no different than they seen a black, you know, or something like that. But us here, viejo, in the West Coast or in the mid, and we couldn't really come up because, you know, they looked at us like, what the f-? That shit was whack. I heard it from a lot of them, but to us it wasn't whack because we understood it. You know, I just think that back it was the Cholo rap, the Chicano rap, then the Banda rap, and then like Ackwid came along and killed that shit, right? Murdered that shit, bro. Shout out to the boys of Ackwid, hard ass fools. But one of the most important things is that in this genre, I felt that we didn't have a culture because, and I'm gonna speak on the truth right now on myself. I'm gonna speak on me. My idols is Puff Daddy. My idols are Master P, Russell Simmons, Cash Money, right? Those are my idols. I
started from the bottom.
Yeah, but I can't idol my own, you know, because I didn't have someone that was there on my own. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing, though, and I'm going to put fools on blast right now. You know, my bad, but shout out to all the culture vultures, you know, and would deny being Mexican.
Such as
a lot of motherfuckers out there. I'm not going to put your names out there, but, you know, you're waving that Mexican flag, you know, and I'm going to be real with you. It bothers me, but I'm also happy for it, right? I'm not a hater.
It just occurred to me. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a hater. No way I'm a hater. I can't hate on somebody that's trying to come up or already trying to maintain, you know, but there's a lot of actors, a lot of comedians that didn't even come around Raza. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't even bother to help out a Raza dude. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, how many fools, comedians and actors didn't come out from a neighborhood and came back to their neighborhood or to other neighborhoods and put more people on? Name me one. They don't exist. We go back all the way from Saved by the Bell to stages right now. Fucker that's out there in the streets, dog.
Facts.
And papered up or not, I'm the same, right? I'm riding my low rider and I'm saying what's up to everybody out there. Like I roll out there, Range Rover, lowrider, Chevy truck, Ford car, whatever I drive, I'm in the streets. And people tell me it's dangerous. Fool, I feel unsafe in Beverly Hills and West Hollywood Hills and Sunset, and I feel unsafe than a motherfucker, dog. I said, shit, I go, I feel unsafe over there because I really stand out. You know, it's like, what other Raza fool you see, you know, to be real honest with you, is like, I fuck with a lot of the Mexican dudes that were there before, but my thing is that till now that we're popular and we're like the it, right? And we're the wave. Now you want to say you're Raza. And oh yeah, I love my Raza. I love my gente. I'm going to help so-and-so and I'm going to bring so-and-so.
Prior to that,
there was none. And look, I can't say that about the black community, bro. I can't say that about them because, you know, a lot of people hate on Ice Cube, right? Saying that he didn't pay the actors good enough. Shit. Yeah, I wish I would have been one of those actors. I would have done that motherfucker for free, knowing that I'm going to get a $50 million paycheck 5 years later. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of shit that I'm talking about. That's why I sign artists as much as I can. I let this stage right here is built, right next to us, is built for all new artists that want to come and record music. This right here.
You want to do a video in vivo? Go ahead and set your shit up right there.
Let's go. And the thing is that we're opening the doors to everybody. I want everybody to follow their dreams. We don't got to sign everybody. I can't handle everybody. I have so many business partners, bro, and I bring them in. Come on, man, let's partner up. Let's partner up.
Boom, 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 boom.
You know how many people I have that work with me, that grew up with me? You know how many people I fuck with still that I put on that I knew 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, 3 years ago? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people, bro. And look, all I'm trying to do, dog, and I'm going to be real with you. I don't care how much money I make or how much money I have, whatever. I pray that more Raza have 10 times more of what I'm doing.
That's right.
I pray for that because I want to see us win, viejo. If I'm opening the door, then let it be. I don't care, bro. I'm living a life that in my life I ever even thought of living, right? I've never in my life thought I was going to have enough money to buy me not one, but two, but three, but more low riders. All I wanted was just one, big dog. I just wanted one convertible. That's it. That was my dream, to have one convertible, a 64, hop in it. Now, you know, gracias a Dios. But I manifested myself here. You know, I took a lot of pictures in front of Rolls Royces. You know, I took a lot of pictures in front of Ferraris and Lamborghinis growing up as a kid till when I was able to afford one. I took a lot of pictures because I would tell people like, hey, I'm going to buy one day, you know. I manifested and I put myself there. But it's beautiful, bro, that I see my Raza winning. I love that shit. My boy from the food community, the other foods that are doing pages, I don't know if I can mention them, you know, but, you know, everybody else, dog, that's out there that got pages cracking, that got companies growing, that are acting comedians, that are everybody, bro. Just keep it going, man. Don't stop. We out here supporting each other now, viejo. You know, and I'm going to tell you something that I heard the other day in the music industry, that a lot of people are struggling to get those top numbers now that are not Raza. And that, to me, hit me.
The consumers recognizing to support their own. Because are we not the number one consumer?
We are the number one
Especially
consumer.
here.
Latinos in general are the number one consumer in the U.S. Mexican American, Alpha Latinos, we're like what, the 78% of the United States? So majority is Mexicanos, right? And bro, we fucking spend our paycheck that we still ain't got. You know, it's like I'm spending next week's paycheck, fool, you know? And
I mean, Nata got 600,000 priests.
yeah. He probably got 700. But you know what's crazy is that there's so much business going on. You see all these people that are starting their businesses, Mexicanos, que micheladas, que food trucks, que clothing stores, que bringing out their own clothing brand, the shoe stores, their kicks, whatever, you know, the sneakers, just different shit in life, bro. And I try to support as much as I can, bro. I try to buy from a lot of them. I try to give back as much as I can, bro.
I got some new ideas. You want to invest?
Yeah, let's go. Why not? I'm always down to invest.
Hey, speaking of Raza and the music industry, did you have to face any obstacles being a Chicano in the music business?
Yeah, I did, viejo. Man, there was not one door open for us. Not one, dog. They would look at me like honestly, like they would make fun of me, dog. When I would show up, I mean, I didn't dress no different, homie. You know, I had my tennis shoes on, I had my jeans, and I had my T-shirt or a sweater. You know, I was trying to look good. I was trying to be Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and, you know, it was bootleg, but, you know, I was trying to be cool. But when I showed up to big companies and the record labels and everybody, they would look at me like I was a hoodlum. You know, like, who the fuck is this fool? You know, like, and especially the way I talk. I don't talk like no normal ass.
Yeah, you talk normal, like a normal fool.
Yeah, it's us. Like, this is my raza. This is who I am. I'm not out there trying to be Mexican, fool. I'm not out there trying to be who I'm not. You know, people that don't know me is you know, some fool sent me a message the other day, and I look at my shit on Instagram, and he goes, "Fuck you, fool. You're a culture vulture." I was like, "In what part?" You know, I asked him. I said, "In what part?" You know, I wanted to know. And he said, "You don't give back to the community." And then he said, "You don't help the youth." And then I go, "Check this out, brother." I said,
"Oh, you responded?"
Yeah, I said, "Check."
Oh, you had time.
Yeah. No, I got time for that ass.
Sitting on the ship.
Yeah. But I didn't disrespect him.
Of course.
I don't disrespect the fans. I don't disrespect the people out there and my followers.
Go ahead.
And I told him, "Look, check this out, brother." I said, "The reason why I don't like sharing that shit anymore is because people think I was doing it for the clout. We got our own organization right now for a reason. It's called Humilde House of Charities."
Like we saw.
Right?
On the tour, you showed me that check and all that shit.
Reason why we built Humilde House of Charities is because we were donating so much money and we didn't know where it was going. So
that's a common issue.
Yeah. So now, when we built the Humilde House of Charities, we fill up semis.
And we know exactly where that shit's going.
And we know exactly where it's going. And my team, my workers now, and some of my family, they do that, and they run that nonprofit organization on their own and not make not 1 cent from that, bro. And they all do it, and they travel all up to the farm workers. They did a thing called Farmchella. We donated over $50,000 there. They do another thing called for the farm workers when they got flooded. We donated over close to 150 grand. We donated semis. We donated just trucks. We sent to Mexico. We sent to Tijuana. We do it here. We do it in Compton. We do it in Watts. We do it in everywhere, bro. It's an ongoing thing for me. It's a daily thing.
I'm gonna jam you up a little later in the fall, because by myself, on my own, before I was with the food community, I would give out turkeys. Not very many, just whatever I could. Like, well, not more than turkeys, just a whole ass meal. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
the turkey, the mash, whatever I could put. Like, you know, whatever I could do would be.
How many you donate?
To be honest, it's gonna sound like nothing to you, but this last year I did 15.
All right. Well, I'll donate.
15
I'll donate 200 for you.
I appreciate
All
it.
right.
And that'll be between me and the homie
Yeah.
community and my boy Sour Apple.
All right. So we'll do 200, and hopefully we might do more. You know what I'm saying? And I want to invite you guys to help us support, promote when we do our giveaways, because
Absolutely.
I'm gonna tell you something that happened last year. And Thanksgiving, we had so many turkeys that we were running out of time to give them away.
That's love. That's dope as
we
fuck.
had 2 semis full of turkeys, and we were running out of time to give them away before they went bad.
That's right.
Because I don't think anybody wants them after Thanksgiving. Well, in the hood, shit.
Maybe for Christmas. Maybe
You know,
for Christmas.
but we couldn't hold them no more.
yeah.
So we were struggling. We were telling people take 2, take 3, because we had so many turkeys. So I think people, we're running out of people. We hit so many neighborhoods, and now I'm gonna tell you another thing that happened was that there were so many people out there giving shit away. Our own Raza giving shit away to the community.
Yep.
That's beautiful.
And to me, I was bumping into fools like, what's up, fool? You guys giving away turkeys too? Yeah, fool. I am too, fool. And I'll be like, hey, how many you got left? Oh, we got like 10, but we gonna go buy some more. Hell no, here, take 200. You know what I'm saying? Take 100, take 50, and whatever. I went out to Whittier like 2 years ago, and we gave away like 500 turkeys on Whittier Boulevard on a cruise night.
That's right.
You know, we gave them away to everybody, and they got packed. And
To switch lanes one more time, just to circle back to the rap. There was one rapper that you did sign, to my knowledge, and I only know that because I had shot all of his videos. I helped develop him as an artist, and it's like, there's Waldo now. Jay Bless.
man, where is Jay Bless?
We should make a shirt. Where's Jay Bless?
I've been looking for Jay Bless. Like I've asked my guys that f***ed with him.
Yeah, like I don't know if Jeff is still with you or what have you, but I know Jeff. I know.
I lost touch with him. I know one time he got a hold of me and he was like, yo, I want to talk to you about Jay Bless. I go, yeah. And but unfortunately, I was in a fucking flight. And when I tried calling him back, I couldn't get an answer no more. But man, Jay Bless, wherever you at, big dog, we send you a big shout out, and you have your home right here, big dog.
How many videos did you fool shoot? You fool shot like 5 videos.
Yeah, we shot a lot of videos for him, man. I don't know what happened, to be honest. I know my nephew Chris was running that shit. Chris, Jeff, and Russo.
Yep.
We're handling that department, and they still don't know either. They're like, I don't know what happened. So I mean, Jay Bless, he's hard though, fool. That fool's hard.
Let's touch base real quick on the rap shit, because that's the dimension I'm from. You know what I'm saying? What's up with you and Peso? I know Peso's down for the count. Clearly, we all know that.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm gonna tell you something that happened with Peso, man. Peso he was fighting 35 years. We beat that and lowered it a lot.
When you say we, what do you mean by that?
His family.
As in you assisted him with a lawyer?
Yeah, his family, myself, and our lawyers. We went in, and we're standing behind him, 100%. We talk about his release every time I get a hold of him. He calls me from all these random numbers, you know.
Don't
and
worry about that.
Yeah, I've answered him because I know it's him. Shout out to my boy Peso, man. I love you. Congratulations on your graduation. He graduated. He's a youngster. I've gotten really close to him, man. As a person, I love him. He's a real good dude. And it's really hard for me to say that about another person, man. And to him, it's like I got a lot of love for him, bro.
That's right.
A lot, because he needed a little bit of direction. Unfortunately, I got in there a little bit late. You know, he was already out there, and
Doing
you
his
know,
thing.
and you look, man. I tell all the youngsters out there, if you're trying to look for a dream, it ain't in the streets, bro. You know, it ain't in the
I think it's
streets.
safe to say he's proved himself at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Peso, if you eventually watch this, You're just chilling on your rack and you see this in a couple of days. Come home, get your feria.
Yeah, he's a cool dude, man. I know he's gonna. He went off on this song with me the other day on the phone, and I'm gonna be straight up. It got me wider-eyed. And I almost teared up and shit because he said some powerful shit, not about him, but just about life. And I was just like, God, Lee, bro. I said, where'd you get that shit from? He's like, I don't know. He goes, I don't know, boss. He calls me like that sometimes, or he calls me Pops. Or he has different names for me, but he's like, what's up, Pops? How do you feel about this shit? And boom, he just went off, and I was like,
Can we
damn.
say that we maybe, who knows? Life is crazy, but can we maybe say we might see a Peso and Rancho? Little
Yeah, hell yeah. He's definitely a Rancho family. He's definitely an Humilde family, viejo.
That's right.
He's definitely part of the family, for sure he is. Forever. Hopefully, forever fucking, like, yeah, Peso is, I think he's going to be a very strong breakthrough artist for the community.
The rap percentages are different than the corridos.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Look, I'm gonna be straight up with you. I've been seeing something crazy going on with that new song with Drummer Boy and King Little G.
Yeah.
That gangster function. I'm telling you, I've never seen that shit. I've never seen so many shares of a Chicano song or a rap song done by Chicano guys.
Well, remember when you were coming up? Well, you've been coming up for a long time, but we're not all too far apart in age. You're a little bit older than us, our senior for sure, by like 6, 7.
Yeah.
But with that being said, if you remember back then, if you kind of had your ear to the streets, they were doing the AK-47 boy shit, and that shit was cracking.
Yeah.
And then they mysteriously parted ways.
Yeah.
So for them to come back like that,
What's crazy was
kind
that.
of like, I don't want to say Batman and Robin. It's like Batman and
I'm
Superman.
going to talk about both of them, that I did both of them a question, and this is the answer I got for both of them.
Talk your shit.
When they weren't talking, I did a song that I got right there, and on that song, who jumped on that track? It was Drummer, Peso, Snow, CNG, Crook. Who else jumped on that shit? I don't want to leave nobody out. I know 2 other people jumped on it. And then I was gonna get King Lil G on it. And then I was gonna add Suede on it. And I was gonna release it like an anthem. Because it's an anthem, right? That's what it's called, the anthem. And I remember I made King Little G and Drummer Boy a question like, yo, like, man, you should with Drummer Boy, or you should fuck with King Little G with each other. And not one of them said something negative about each other.
That's love.
Not one of them said
Those
that.
2 guys are gentlemen.
Yeah, man. That
Say the least.
And when I see them together, it's like, I'm gonna say it, it's like when I see a Nata and Junior H together, or I see, I'm gonna even go, it's like when you see a Snoop and Dre, like,
Facts.
like that's who I see when I see them together, because they're both so powerful with their lyrics and the way of them thinking. The other day we sat down over there at the poker table. Serious, dog. We sat down for like 6, 7 hours.
Oh, because they were up here.
Yeah. We were.
I
Yeah,
saw
yeah,
the
yeah.
Photo with,
Yeah.
with Drummer wearing your hat.
Yeah, we were up here, and they just shot the video right here on Sunday for a gangster function.
That's right.
So they shot it here, and man,
A better place to shoot it at.
yeah. And you know what, man? Let me tell you, both of them, so much love I get from them when I talk to them. They're so smart,
Yes.
and they both doing it, and I pray that these guys take it to the next level and open the lane that we need open for this community, for this culture, for this music, just for it all, I just pray it does, man.
It's amazing. Is there anything that you'd like to ask this fine gentleman?
Just
Wizard of Fools?
Just any advice you have for any young Raza out there? Just trying to make it in life.
Man, my advice is don't give up.
That's right.
Don't pay attention to that shit.
That's right.
Don't give up, man. Look, I didn't make I didn't start making money till I was like, I would say probably like 35 maybe. You know, I didn't see a big paycheck till I was like 38. You know what I'm saying? So it took me damn well over 20 years, bro, to get where I am today. And it was just always love. You know, I always worked with my heart. I've always told myself, trust me, man. Trust me. I know some of you fools out there is at that point right now of like, fuck, what do I do next? I'm going to give up on this shit. You just got fired from your job. Somebody ain't believing in you. Somebody just turned their back on you. Somebody backstabbing you. I went through all that shit, and just the only thing you could learn off of that is that learn from it. You know, thank God you get to live that experience for you to learn. So take that experience, run with it. It's been a fucked up road. It's been a good life. It's been a good health. It's been a good fucking way of getting here where we at today. Be thankful for every day. Love your jefitos. Love your family. Be truthful. Stop fighting with people. Don't fight with your compadre and your comadre. You guys don't have that barbecue no more because I don't know why. Fuck that. Put that shit to the side and just don't give up, man. Follow them dreams, bro. Don't think of it. If you think of it, you can, and if you dream of it, that means you could reach that motherfucker. You know, so in all means, like, continue that shit. Don't be stupid. You know, don't take that wrong road, and don't take that hit from that pipe or something because you feel that's gonna make you feel better.
It's not.
That shit's just gonna throw you down the road. And trust me, I got a lot of homies, man, that are in their 40s right now and just wish they never touched the drug or even did certain thing in life. And I get to talk to them and bless with them and give them have those conversations, and also have those homies that's still in their fucking life, you know, that still love that shit, and that's them, you know, that's who they are. But if you have a way out and you have a choice, take it, you know. That'll be what I would probably recommend them or would tell them to do, you know.
I like it.
You know.
Is there any other wild shit that I haven't asked you?
No, I think that's it. Shit, get your ass out of here with that shit. Nah, man. I mean,
realistically speaking, it's been an honor and a pleasure. We thank
you, bro.
you so much for letting us be here in your fucking wonderful establishment, and that's all I got for you.
You know, thank you. I appreciate that, and love to you too, bro. But one thing I want to tell people, and when I said it's been a good life, that I meant to say about that.
A hard road, but a good life.
Yeah, it's that. You know, it's been a hard road, but I don't regret not one day of my life. And at that moment when I was going through that shit, I was probably regretting it there.
Of course.
Right? I probably hated my life there, and I probably said, why is that shit happening to me? Why this fool don't pay attention to me? This what I have right here is gold. You know, why doesn't he see what I'm seeing? Like, why? Dude, I gave an album to somebody one day, right? This was fucked up, dog. And one day, when I write my book, I'm going to say who it was. And there's a very fucking popular person out there. I fucking waited for him. He got out of his car. I gave him my album. Before he walked into his office, there was a trash can. That motherfucker just went like this and threw it away. And it wasn't even me singing. The album was of somebody that they probably fucking wish they would have had in their hands right now. Trust me, that album was of somebody that they wish they would have had in their hands. And to me, I didn't hate that. Like at that moment I did, but I think all those shit and all those things that happened to me made me who I am today and made me stronger to not give up. The problems that I had with Nata, the problems that I had with Legado 7, the problems that I had with different other people, they weren't problems. They were just situations that had to get fucking put out of my life at that time, right? Or I thank God for putting that away from me and gave me better, You know, I can't complain. You know, my company has grown every year by 150%.
Facts.
You know, this year alone is half a year, and we already outgrew last year by 250%.
That's amazing.
You know, and my goal is to keep doing that. But I want to show the way, bro. Show the way. Open the road. Let's do it. Come on, let's go. I mean, look, I don't hate you. I go on people's shit. I talk shit on social media. It's social media, dude. That's what it is. It's just social media. Man, you know, don't get that stick out your ass. You know what I'm saying? Social media. Get back on that real life. I mean, you know, make it happen. That's it.
Top fool shit. Well, one of the very, very tippity top fools. Jimmy the Chunt.
You know, doing something strange for a little bit of change.
I ain't mad at it.
Shout out to my boy Mike Epps.
There it is. We have the other top fool right here, Rich Homie
Yeah.
Juan. The top publicist fool, Sour Apple.
Yeah.
Sally Icon, baby. Full Community Podcast.
Let's go.
These fools.